I just want to kind of take a minute and talk about like the things that you wear when you're a welder. I mean, I know that a lot of guys think that welding is not an athletic sport, but it most certainly is. Like, there's a lot of things that you do when you're on your feet for 10 or 12 hours a day. You want to have a good pair of boots, right? It's already bad enough to be on your feet, especially on concrete or asphalt or even in the construction industry. I've been through it all in my lifetime, and I know what to do. And I'm basically giving you a shortcut right now. If you're somebody that's young, that's getting into the industry and learning how to be a welder, or you're in the construction or whatever it's going to be, go out and get you some clothes that fit you. I know that sometimes I get a lot of slack for my shorts, and there's a whole story about my shorts and why I wear them like this. I was an iron worker. I grew up in the steel industry. My dad would not allow me to wear technically shorts. So back in the old days, I started cutting them a little bit off down around my calves, and then slowly kind of worked my way up a little bit till I got to the point where he was starting to get upset about it. But the big thing about the steel industry is right here on your legs with rebar and wire and everything. This is where you would cut yourself, is right here in your thighs all the time. Your calves didn't get it as bad, but your thighs would get cut quite a bit. All those years growing up in the steel industry, we had gloves that were kind of the cheaper ones that I'm sure you've seen them. They're kind of gray up here. They got a little rubber strap right here. And then they weren't made out of really good material. So within 2 days or 3 days of being out in the rebar or welding or whatever, they would tear really easy because the fabric was not real good. But they were a cheap glove, and they never fit very good. They were big and heavy and soggy, and they would just fall off your hands, and they never fit good. I hated it. So when I did find a good pair of gloves that fit my hands, I was really just stuck to them. And a lot of times I would go to the welding supply store and buy TIG welding gloves, but the TIG welding gloves were so expensive that you couldn't afford to wear them out. And they're so thin that they wear out pretty fast too, but they feel really good on your hands. But over the years, they've come up with some good stuff. And I got these Welder 101 gloves that we just got a whole bunch of. I've tried them out for probably the last 3 months. I've actually welded, I've stick welded with them, I've TIG welded with them, I've MIG welded with them, I've mechanicked with them on. They're great because I can go and get in my toolbox and grab a tool, because they're small enough, they fit my hands tight enough where I can grab something. And that's really important in my world. I'm so diversified on what I do. I'm not just in here on a fab table TIG welding production. So I'm diversified, and over the years of doing all what I do, I can stick weld, I can MIG weld, I can TIG weld, I can weld with a torch. I can just about weld with anything. I may not be the best at everything I do, but I know how to do it all. And I want to have boots that are diversified. I'm not a steel-toed guy. I don't really wear steel-toed boots. I'm more of a guy that just wants regular boots. I drill holes in them right here to kind of keep them comfortable for me to walk in. And I feel the same way about what I wear as far as like my gloves, your welding hood. An athlete, when he shows up to go play an athletic sport, use for instance Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan scored more points than anybody in the game when he was playing. Because Michael Jordan not only was a great athlete, but you could tell he was very comfortable in his Air Jordans. So when you go into the store to go buy a pair of tennis shoes, and you're at the Foot Locker, wherever you're at, you look on the wall, there's 300 pairs of shoes in there, but you see Michael Jordan in there, with the ball in the air getting ready to slam dunk it. It's like, I'll take the Jordans because they're proven to fit and feel good. And when you wear them, you feel like a better athlete. And that's kind of how I feel about what I wear when I'm welding. I want to feel good. Sometimes I'm stuck in a position where I can't move, and I don't want to feel like I'm cramped or something's wrong. And the biggest thing is when you're welding and you're trying to make a really nice weld, you don't want to have a soggy glove on that doesn't fit right. And when you're reaching over to pick something up because you don't want to move what you're doing, and you actually have to shake your glove off to grab that piece because your glove is so big and awkward that it doesn't fit. So the big thing is be comfortable. You know, like I got these gloves because they fit me well. I've taken them to construction sites. I've used them in the shop. And like I said, I've used them for everything. I wanted to make sure that these gloves worked 100% before you got them, because I want to know that when I put my name on something that it's going to work and it's going to live and it's going to make it. These are an all-round glove. They're not just a MIG welding glove. They're not just a TIG welding glove. You can do a little bit of everything with them. And that's what I like about them. I'm diversified, and I think the more that you're diversified, the more you're going to make money. So I look for diversity. My boots are diversified, my pants are diversified, my shirt, my helmet, and my gloves.